All right, guys, this is Alex from Seas Guild of Treasures doing the third video regarding our phases for the game, the rally phase. The rally phase. Now, this particular phase of the game is probably the most technical. This is where people, for new players, there's a lot to get away with, a lot to do, and a lot of upkeep and realizing how to set up for the turn when you're going into the next phases. So rallying is all about setting up. So to keep it really simple, we've gone through the draw phase. We'll go to rally. Once you go to rally, there's a couple things you get to do. First thing I like to do, at always for any player, you get to play a treasure for turn. You get to put the treasure into the war chest. I like to put it down to show that this is how many I have at open hand. Now, when we spend treasures, this is the important part. What we'd like to do is when you pay for things, it moves forward. You want it to go up here. The reason why we do this is to save space for the mat. On top of it, it shows how much has been spent. So when you ever see unspent treasures here, that regards to how much they have remaining for plays or whatever to pay for. So, so we play our treasure for turn. Now, you get to play mercenaries. Where you get to play mercenaries is very important. It's the back 8 tiles. Some have the first 4 are going to be for positional advantage. The back guild hall, which are these gilded borders, is going to be where you can play mercenaries, where I normally like to play. Sometimes you have mercenaries that want upward positions, depending on what you're trying to do. But let's just say I have a mercenary to play here. That's where you get to play them. Now, if I wanted to play here, you get the one-time advantage when they first come out. Now, this is a one-time thing. It's not where you can do it multiple turns. It's a one-time thing. If I have a treasure in hand, which I do, I'm going to place it onto the Blood Berserker. So when mercenaries come out, you get to place them in these back 8 tiles with one equipped or without any equipped. So depends on what you're doing and how you want to position yourself for the game. After that, there's a few things that you get to do. In this hand, I only have one mercenary, so it helps it keep it simple. But you get to also choose to equip and unequip. Now, equipping and unequipping is super simple. You can only equip and unequip in the guild hall, the back 4. If you want to equip or unequip, all you have to do is choose this equipment. Now, this is an E, so there's W, E, and R. You can only equip and unequip one of each type of treasure. So I'm going to unequip this and move it into the war chest. Let's say I want to replace it with an R. Now, again, if you wanted to, you could re-equip this, but that would empty out your slot for E if you ended up doing that. So you get no more E equips. But that's all we're doing there. After that, if there were things to pay or do, you could be able to play. Hypothetically, let's just say I had a couple of treasures in there. Still during the rally phase, if I had an event that I wanted to play, I could pay 3 and play this event for the turn. You can play events during the rally phase all the way through other phases. So that is the first place where you get to play an event. Now let's talk about exiting. When a mercenary has been played, and if they are in the guild hall, you do get the option of exiting them. Very simple. You can exit your mercenary to the discard pile. There is no cost to it. The only time when you can do it is on your turn and then they have been in the guild hall for that turn at the beginning. So now again, if you had, let's say, a treasure before you exit, you can exit with the treasure if you want to. That is a thing. So if you choose to exit, they can exit with the treasure. Most of the time, people don't want to do that. So what you would do is unequip it before exit and then move it into the discard. Now, there's one last thing I want to talk about when it comes to regards the rally phase. And let's say an opposing mercenary is in your guild hall, plundering you from last turn, or just in there. Most of the time, that's not a very good situation. You'd never want an opposing mercenary in the guild hall. There is one thing you can do during the rally phase, and it's called upstaging. Upstaging is a mechanic built into the game where you have priorities in these tiles to play mercenaries. So when you play a mercenary, you can choose this tile. What happens is when you play, you get to push back the mercenary 1 tile away. Very strong, depending on how you build your deck and what you want to do, but it helps with taking away the advantage of a mercenary immediately in there plundering and getting away with it. So you'll have a chance to push them out and fight them. Another thing you can do, let's just say they're in this tile right here, you get to also push them back again. So most of the time, there's the situation of everyone lined up in the whole row is not really going to happen. But anytime a mercenary is getting pushed out, all other mercenaries get pushed back by one. So that's really all their unique things you can do in the rally phase. I mean, there's quite a bit, so it's a lot to take in at first. But after that, most of the phases are smooth sailing, pretty simple to talk about. So next video, we're going to talk about the movement phase and how that correlates to moving out of the rally phase. Thanks for watching, guys. Thanks so much, and we'll see you on the next one.